Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is tarikaremba. If this is the first time you're joining us, thank you so much for being here today. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and thank you for being a part of the family. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, so today's video is going to be very different from what we're used to. But before I get into it, I just recreated this look on my Instagram at tarikaremba. It's a 1-minute video, so it's just 1 minute of your time. Please go check it out and remember to follow me, please. Okay, so today's video is a story time video, guys. Like, I have had so many unfortunate and crazy and funny experiences in my life, and I will share some of them that I feel like are not too deep. So yeah, so today's story is from a time in second year, guys. Oh my gosh, at that time I lived in student accommodation. I mean, obviously the whole time I was studying I lived in student accommodation, but at that time, I was living in a place that had I think we were 8 or 10 people, and it was fine. I mean, the house was big enough. Everyone had their own room, and I think I only shared the bathroom with one other person. So the setup was fine. It was actually okay. The problem was that some people had sticky fingers when it came to other people's groceries, guys. I don't even know where to begin, because obviously thinking about it is actually just making me so angry, because we all know that student life is like a struggle. Obviously some people are, swimming in the bag, so they didn't have a tight budget or whatever, but I had a tight budget. Okay, I would get one big amount, or not a big amount, but I'd get enough to cover my groceries. Yeah, and then if I needed to do something else like my hair, or if I wanted to do my nails or buy clothes or turn up whatever, I literally had to budget it within that amount. So yeah, so please understand, when I say my budget was tight, it was tight. So whoever this person was, and the crazy thing is, I feel like it could have been someone who lived in the house, but it could have also been a guest, because obviously some people always had people over, which was fine until groceries started going missing. So here's what happened. So yeah, the only reason I'm catching so many feelings is because this would always happen, just before month end, when that, okay, fine, the food that I have will get me to the next time I get money, and then I'll be fine. This would always happen just before, and it was dude, even me, I'm trying to make it to month end. Why are you stealing from me? And it wasn't even low key. It wasn't low key. It was not one, I don't know, piece of chicken or anything like that. Whole items would disappear, guys. I'm going to start with a little backstory leading up to the events I will talk about in today's video. Okay, so in my first and second year and part of my third year, I lived in a student accommodation where we were about 10 people, but the house was big, so everyone had their own room. I think there was one sharing room, but everyone else had their own room, and I only shared a bathroom with one other person. So the way it was set up was that you had your own bedroom, and then there was 2 people per bathroom. So it was really not a hectic situation, because we still lived very comfortably and everything was pretty fine. I mean, in terms of student accommodation anyway, I actually think it was okay. Yeah, so that's how we lived, right? And we shared fridges, and yeah, so there were 2 fridges, so everyone had a row in the fridges, and it was the same in the freezers. Yeah, and then everyone had their own cupboard where they put their food, and they had a lock to the cupboard too. So that's like how the setup was. So obviously when you like share fridges and whatever, it's very easy for things to go missing and all of that. But this actually just didn't happen. Like the whole of my first year, I don't think that happened. No, the whole of first year went by, no problems, no wahala, everything was fine. Second year, however, things kind of changed, but it was obviously not all the time. But there was a period, there was a season that we went through where somebody in the house or their visitor, we don't know, had sticky fingers. Sticky fingers, guys. This person would like literally not even steal from not one, not two, but 3,000 people.
Not one, not two, but 1,000.
I'm joking. Obviously not 3,000 people, but like guys, this person was doing the most. So this person would always strike, like, you know, that time like between mid-month and month end when you are like pretty much broke. You still have groceries to get you to the end of the month or get you to the next day that you get groceries, but that's about it. This person would always steal food around about that time. And it's like, sure, even me, I'm trying to make it to month end. Okay, like, what is this nonsense? And you know, the annoying thing about it was, it's not like the person would take like one little thing. This person would take hella things, guys. For example, a whole 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola. You couldn't take a glass. You couldn't take half the bottle. You had to take my whole bottle. And you know what made it worse, guys? This person would drink my Coke, right? Or steal it or do whatever they would do with it. And they'd have the audacity to put it back in the fridge. Like, when do it becomes?
When do it becomes?
When is it ever appropriate to do that? Like, at least throw the bottle out. You're even gonna leave the evidence there. Like, you're just gonna put it back there and be like, it's fine. Like, how rude, how rude, how rude. On top of that, like, I remember there's a time that a whole loaf of bread went missing. Guys, a whole loaf. You couldn't even take like 4 slices or like whatever, enough for a meal. You had to take the whole thing. If you're watching this video, what was the reason? What was the reason?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
What was the reason? And I remember there's a time also, like, you know, those like, okay, so in Spa, right, they usually pack their mincemeat in like portions, I guess. Maybe it's portions, I don't know. But there'll be like 3 portions in like a pack. And obviously, like, you can make lots of meals with that pack. So, yeah. So that whole tray of like, so basically this is mincemeat for 3 meals. Actually, maybe even 6 if you're cooking for 1. This is literally 6 meals worth of meat gone. Gone. All of it gone. Not even a droplet of like, not even a piece. Not like, and you know, for me it was just like, okay, cool, you keep taking stuff, but you're taking everything. The packet had 3 mini packets. Why couldn't you take 1? You had to take 3. You had to take the whole thing. You saw it fit to take the whole packet. Nah, guys. And obviously that's just like for me, like that is the experience that I had. Other people had other things go missing. Like people had eggs going missing, people had yogurt, bacon, like all sorts of things going missing. And it was so frustrating because it's like, dude, like at the end of the day we live. And I think what made it more frustrating was that the relationship that we all had in that house was that if you needed something from someone, you'd tell them that, yo, can I have a tomato? Can I have this? Can I have that? And everyone would like give. And yeah, we had a bit of a sisterhood where it was like, okay, fine, like obviously I'm not going to eat by myself and go to sleep knowing that you haven't eaten. Obviously, I'm going to have your back. You know, that's literally how it was. Like we always had each other's backs. So it was just very frustrating because it was like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because really there was no reason. Everyone was always so generous. Everyone was always so keen to help. So it was just like, Make it make sense, boo.
Could somebody please make it make sense?
Make it make sense. So yeah, I absolutely hated it because of that. But we did have a few suspects. Yeah, but it's fine. And the annoying thing is, like, you'd even have to have like house meetings, guys. Imagine how embarrassing it is to have a house meeting to talk about the fact that food kept disappearing. Guys, it was just so frustrating. And like, I was always one of those people who, like, whenever I'd get money, I had to budget for myself to be like, okay, fine, this is how much I have this month. So this is going to go to groceries. This is going to be for transport. That's going to be for hair. That's going to be for whatever. So it's just like, dude, I'm also on a student budget. I'm also not swimming in money, okay? I'm also just trying to make my budget, my monthly budget work. So how are you now going to come and do me like this? And like, I always used to buy my groceries like first, like before anything. I always made sure I bought food and that I had enough food for the whole month. So it was just so annoying because it was like, ma'am, if you needed something to eat, you could have just told me. I would have helped you. But no, you had to come take it for yourself. What was the reason? So yeah, guys, that was definitely a very frustrating period during the time that I lived at that house. But ultimately, they were a really nice group of girls, generally. But yeah, we definitely have lots of stories, lots of different things that I could talk about. But yeah, today was just to talk about that and like how painful it was, like, as a student, because I was, guys, it was so bad. It was so bad. And I remember calling home crying one time, telling them that, guys, like, my food was stolen. Like, imagine how awkward it is for you to send your child to like a whole different country to study, and then they call you to tell you that people they live with stole their food, guys. Like, I would have been traumatized for my child. But yeah, I guess it'd be like that sometimes. But yeah, comment down below and let me know if you've ever experienced anything like that, like with your housemates or anything like that. And yeah, let me know if you guys would like any more story times. I definitely have more story times to do with my housemates, guys. I really went through a lot, like living with my housemates, Shim. But yeah, the house that I lived in first and second year was okay. There's a house I lived in third year, which was just the ghetto. It was the ghetto. But yeah, maybe that's a story for another day. We'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I guess I just needed that rant. I just needed to let that out and just let it be known that I haven't forgotten that you stole my food. But it's fine. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and comment down below if you'd like to see more videos like this or anything like that, and any other video you'd like to see, honestly. Thank you for tuning in.